all this did was allow you to build an email list of customers and prospects every day at break even. Would it be worth it? Well, yeah, it would absolutely be worth it, because you'd be able to market new products, new services, new offers, affiliate programs to that list, right? That's how you'd be able to build a monster business for free, right? If all this did was give you the ability to turn $1 of paid traffic into $1 or more immediately of new customers, would it be worth it? Yeah, it'd be worth it, because you'd be pumping your back end where the money is made in this business. You'd be acquiring customers, people that spend money, that you'd be able to then market additional back-end offers to, right? Where all of your profit gets extracted there. You make no money from all your new customers, big deal. You'd be able to extract all that money, all that profit, I should say, on the back end. And if all this did for you was bring you an extra $5,000 or $6,000 a month, not $100,000 a month, not $50,000 a month, not $20,000, but just an additional $5,000, right, or $6,000 a month, would it be worth it to you, right, to spend $1,518 on this program today? Well, answer this. Look, and I don't know, right? What is just one profitable marketing funnel worth to you? Right? It might be worth $10,000. It might be worth $20,000. It might be worth $5,000. It might be worth $1 million. I don't know. For Chris Brisson, right, he said to me, right, that he's on pace to earn an additional $100,000 to $200,000 a year profit center from just one funnel that he's used, right? And so you can see why I said that this package is a great deal at $1,518. But here's the deal. Here's what I have done for you guys and gals today. I promised Ryan that I would make you a ridiculous over-the-top offer, and so here it is. You get everything that I've shared with you today. All of the modules, all of the cheat sheets, the Facebook group, all of the bonuses, the look over my shoulder for just one payment of $397. That's it, just $397, and you get everything. And here, you also you don't even have to say yes, right? Just say maybe, go through the entire program, take the next 30 days, access everything, access all cheat sheets, download them, go through the videos, right? See for yourself, right? Put it into action, see if it does everything that I've said it will, and then decide, right? If it doesn't, if you're not head over heels thrilled, you let me know. Simply shoot one email and you'll get a complete refund. Right? That's it. Shoot one email and you'll get a complete refund. And here's what I'm going to do just for you guys, just for Ryan's peeps. I said I'm going to give you the opportunity to get stuff that you can't get anywhere else, right? Number one is a 2.5-hour training that I did called the Pull Back the Curtain Insider's Peek, right? And I describe this as a partner level behind the scenes view of everything that we did during our most recent 7-figure launch this year. You're going to get a copy of every web page, every video, every email, every ad that we ran, every communication that we made, every email communication with partners, right? You're going to see every email, the sequence that we send out. You're going to see behind the scenes the campaign. I actually break down the videos used in this launch, right? I go line by line in the video scripts. And then what I do is I give you the video scripts and I give you the slide decks. So you actually get done the slide decks that I used in this particular launch, in this particular funnel. You get the video scripts as well as a full dissection of the video scripts, right? This is a $697 value that you cannot get anywhere else. Everybody that orders before this offer expires, you're going to get a copy of this Insider's Peek. And I'm going to do one other thing that I recently conducted 2 weeks ago for my apprentices. That's folks that paid $2,500 to get apprenticed by me. Right? For the first 75 people to enroll, for the action takers among you, for those that get that this system works, that understand the value that this system brings to your business. For the first 75 people to enroll, here's what I'm going to do for you. A couple of weeks ago, like I said, for my apprentices, I took the sales, the marketing and sales campaign that I used to fill that $10,000 per person event. Right? The $10,000 per person Big Idea Bootcamp event that I talked about at the very beginning of this training. And line by line, I dissected the entire campaign. Right? You'll get a copy of the campaign. You'll see every sentence dissected. Why I said what I said. why I said it when I said it, why I used the words that I said, all the psychological and persuasion triggers used in there. You'll understand completely the marketing message that you need to have in order to sell ultra premium products. You'll understand exactly what psychological triggers were used, how they were used, when they were used, why they were used, all the conversion tactics, right? You'll grasp and understand all of the different emotions that I touched on in order to make that high-end sale, right? This is not available for sale anywhere else. For the first 75 people that enroll, by the end of the day, we will send you access to this. So you get everything that I said, the six-figure funnel formula, the engineering profitable products for powerful funnels, the Traffic Masters Bootcamp. You get the entire Look Over My Shoulder series. You get the Pull Back the Curtain Insider's Peek. You get all of the cheat sheets. You get the Facebook group. And if you're one of the first 75 to act, you get the dissection video, everything for just one payment of $397. To get everything, just go to sixfigurefunnelformula.com/Ryan, sixfigurefunnelformula.com/Ryan, and you are set to jet. And I cannot believe that I crammed all that in to just an hour and 22 minutes. That is a record for me. And so I'm thrilled that now I can take whatever questions it is that you guys that you guys have.
Todd, so first of all, that's awesome. I think this is the first webinar in history that I'm going to re-listen to in 0.75 speed. Usually I'm finding ways to speed it up. I need to listen to stuff fast, like 1.5 speed to get through it faster. I need to I want to digest every gold nugget that you've shared with us today. So man, this is awesome. So listen, I'm going to be brief on this, but I want to mention two things. First thing is, if you're wondering, well, what's the catch? There is no catch. Here's the deal with Todd. The dude over-delivers. So things that you might not know. So I've run a number of high-end masterminds, and I can count the guests of honor that I've invited to be at these masterminds on literally two hands. So fewer than 10 people on the planet. And Todd is one of the people that I've selected, I've asked to speak and be the guest of honor at one of my past masterminds. And the dude showed up, and he was by far the highlight of that event. People paid anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 to be in that room, and people walked away and they could not believe how much Todd brought in that amount of time. The dude works hard, and sometimes to a fault. And if you know Todd, Todd had a health scare earlier this year, and he and I have talked about that. I've had my own health scare, and we talk about not working too hard, right? But Todd works hard, and when I say that, I mean he really, really cares about his customers more than almost anybody that I know. And so if you're wondering, well, what's the catch? This must be $297 for all of this. The dude is wired like this. He's just wired to deliver 10x value. And even the actual retail price, the marketing tactic, oh, this is really, $30 bajillion, but I'm going to give it to you for 3 pennies. The retail value that he put on everything, I think it's too low. Most times you're really? $39,000 retail price? Come on, man. Todd's stuff is really? That's I would pay more than that for all of that. So I want to say a few things about that. And the thing that I want to say is Todd and I were talking about how to do something really special that would be really, really awesome. And one of the things that I used to do in our Next Level Mastermind is I would take people's funnels, take their actual funnel, and I would go through it, and we would do a funnel teardown. And I'd actually go through okay, here's the headline. Well, here's what you might do for this headline instead. And see this thing here? You might want to change this. And see this opt-in box? I would actually move it over here because I've done a million split tests and go through that. And what happened is not only did the business owner of that funnel obviously get $10,000 worth of value in that experience, but everyone else who watched that, they could see how they could apply those same changes to their business as well. And so what I thought would be cool as a special bonus for anybody who moves forward with this, Todd and I will are going to get together on the phone, and we're going to do a funnel teardown for 3 business owners, 3 people who move forward with this today, and everybody will get access to the private recording, and you'll be able to be part of this live. We're going to go through the funnel together, and it's going to be Todd and I. Hey, look at this headline. What would you do instead? What split test would you consider running? What about this copy here? Let's go through that. That is some of the most instructive type of education you can get. That's what, if you wonder, like, you know, the private clients that pay Todd $5,000, $10,000 a month, the private clients that pay me those kind of numbers, what do we discuss? Why do they pay me that kind of money and pay Todd that kind of money? We're discussing that. Why is that valuable? Because it's not theory. It's actual real world. Here's exactly what we would do, gun to the head. What changes would you make? Well, here are the changes that we would make. So Todd and I are going to do that, and we're going to announce that after this closes, the date and time on that, and we're going to announce how to apply to be one of those spots, and you'll be eligible when you move forward with this offer. So that's something special we're going to do, and you know, I think I know the feedback I've gotten when we've done those teardowns in the past, and the most valuable training that people walk away with, and this is only going to be for people who move forward with this today. So.
That's awesome, man. I'm super stoked about that, dude. I think that we're gonna have a blast, and I agree with you, man. I think, you know, it's one of the most valuable ways to learn anything when you actually see it in the real world being done. And so I think that I think that that's gonna be stellar, man. And so let me address some questions, right? Because there's been a bunch of questions. And first of all, you know, welcome to those of you. I see some comments coming over already, like of those that Manuel, that's awesome. I just completed my purchase, and let me see here. There's so many comments. It's awesome. I want to welcome you guys and thank you so much. So I want to answer questions at lightning pace for you guys. So Max says, and if you if you have questions about funnels and funnel design and this formula, ask. I want this to be valuable, not just about the six-figure funnel formula or about this offer, but I want you to get value from this Q&A portion. So Max said, who is this for and not for? So I mentioned earlier that, you know, the only individuals that I steer away from this program are, well, first of all, like, if you're doing anything shady online and you're not looking to add value to the world, don't come into my universe or tribe. But I know that Ryan doesn't attract those kind of folks. But the individuals that are simply using an arbitrage method, like those of you those rare marketers, or I don't even call them marketers, those rare individuals that are simply brokering traffic, where they're trying to buy an ad, you know, they're trying to buy a click for 50 cents and hope that they make 60 cents on that click. They're not building an asset. They're not building a list. They're not building a business. They're simply brokering traffic. If that's the case, then this is not for you. Let me see here. So John asked, what is the reverse offer for your offer, Todd? That's a great question. There's one offer on the back of the six-figure funnel formula, and it is for a bundle of 8 case studies where they're PDFs that for a newsletter that I used to have, a print newsletter that we used to mail out. Folks used to pay $97 a month for what was called Marketing Funnels Uncensored, and every other month I would dissect a specific type of marketing funnel, break it down, go through all the pieces, share what was good about it, what I would tweak about it, why it worked, why it didn't work. So there's, you know, a funnel in there from Ryan Dice and Russell Brunson, and there's a funnel in there from Gary Halbert and whatnot. And so there's a bundle of 8 of those case studies. I think it's for $97. And so well worth it. Like I said, we used to sell those for $97 a piece before I stopped publishing that let me see here. So Gail said, so the training, it's about 3.5 hours. Like, so the entire six-figure funnel formula is 3.5 hours. There's no fluff. There's no like, hey, well, here's why you need a funnel or anything like that. It gets right to it, and it was really designed. It's a very different course for me because it was really. It's designed, the way the course is delivered, each module is broken down into different lessons to make it immediately understandable and immediately actionable. There's like an intro to each module that just says like, look, this is what you're going to get and learn and walk away with in this module. And then there's a recap with action steps of what to do. And yes, what was I just going to say? You don't need any special expensive software to do the six-figure funnel formula. You can implement the full formula with tools that are under $100. So, and I walk through all of the different tools that you can use. Like I show how to set up this entire process with like an autoresponder like Aweber, which is like $19. Right, you don't need a fancy schmancy. You don't need HubSpot. You don't need Infusionsoft. You don't need anything like that. You don't need to spend, $100 a month on a particular web creation software. Like I show you how to do it all with ultra cheap tools. Paul said, "Geez, why didn't you just show us the testimonials and then that unbelievable price?" Because I wanted to add value to your. I wanted to do some educating, Paul. But I appreciate that. Let me see here. Does this formula work for physical products sold through the internet? So sure, if you sell, like I have a lot of clients that are in the supplement arena. In fact, one of the biggest alternative health doctors on the net is our client. And we've got a lot of individuals that sell all different types of physical products. So we've got somebody that sells like a version of the Snuggie. We've got somebody that sells soap. We've got somebody that works with candles. And so, yeah, absolutely. Let me see here. Jan, yeah, there will be a replay, so stay tuned for that. Troy said, wow, with 12 exclamation marks. Thank you. You're very welcome. Sleep is over and no product yet. So let me see. Okay, so So will this help to go from no idea and business to a profitable funnel? What else do we need to buy? So that's a great question. I don't know. Like, look, the first module in the program, I think, does a phenomenal job of showing you how to identify the market, like how to make sure that your idea and who you are attempting to market and sell to is going to provide you with the financial return that you're ultimately looking for. It breaks down a particular kind of a formula that I first got from John Carlton many years ago and then kind of tweaked it slightly over the years that we use to help clients that are just starting out. But if you're like, hey, I have no idea what I want to do at all, I don't know if I think you should get clarity first on ultimately kind of like, hey, I'd like to be in the information business, or I'd like to sell a product. You should have some kind of some sort of idea of what you want to do. But as long as you have that level of clarity, if you will, then yeah, this will help you ensure that who you are going after and what you are thinking is going to give you the right level of return that you're ultimately looking for. And what else do you need to buy? Well, there's a couple things that you'll need to run any online business, but certainly for this, you need an email, some kind of email autoresponder. Like I said, I show how you can set this up with Aweber, which is like $19 a month or something like that. You'll need a page creation tool, which there's so many on the market. It's like absurd, whether it's Optimized Press or Lead Pages or, my gosh, like there's so many. that you can get. And then you'll need a way of processing orders, whether that is something, if you're going to use ClickFunnels, that's built into ClickFunnels, or Samcart, or there's so many, or ClickBank, or JVZoo, but those are the tools that you ultimately need to have in order to do this. But like I said, for under $100, you can run this entire thing. The technology, it's kind of a funny thing because, right, if you align, it's amazing how, so many marketers get enamored with technology. They want to know, what do you use for an order? What do you use for, your page creative? What do you use for this? And that's not where the money is made. The reality is, if you lined up 12 wildly successful marketers, right, Ryan, myself, and Russell, Ryan Dice, and you would find that if you lined up 12 marketers, that there are 12 different sets of tools, software, resources used. Some use Aweber, some use Infusionsoft, some use Maropost, some use Leadpages, some use OptimizePress. It's not about the tool, it's about the process that you use. It's about, when it comes to the funnel, it's about making sure that you've got the right marketplace sophistication level nailed, that you've got the right idea, the right hook behind your message, that you then have the right offer structure in place, right? Regardless of what the tool is. And so hopefully that answers your question. And so Tamalia, I like that. Tamalia, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, so I not only talk about the different tools that you can use, but I actually demo those so that, for those of you that want to see, well, how do I set it up in Leadpages? How do I set it up in OptimizePress? How do I set it up in Samcart? How do I set it up here and whatnot? I show you how to do that. Let me see, Dan. Okay. If you're having any kind of problems whatsoever completing your order, I apologize for that. Simply send an email to support@marketingfunnelautomation.com, or just go over to support.marketingfunnelautomation.com, and we have an amazing support team that'll take care of it all for you, so you don't even have to worry about it. So if you're having any problems whatsoever, don't worry about it. Yes, so Cheryl, I go through everything that you need to understand with the six-figure funnel formula model in the training. There's nothing left out. It's not, like Ryan said, I'm very much like Ryan in that, there's nothing left out. There's no hey, now that you got the six-figure funnel formula, what you really want and what you really need is X. It doesn't work that way. My goal is to turn you into a lifelong client by making you a bundle of money from the very first dollar that you invest with me. And I believe that that the six-figure funnel formula is, for those of you that want a fast, easy way of getting started, not a push button way, but a fast, easy way of getting started. There is nothing better. And so, no, Tom, it doesn't only apply to information products. It applies to, like I said, it applies to selling SaaS, selling services, selling physical products, as well as information products. Emmy said, I love this webinar. So much value here. Thank you so much, Todd. You are very welcome. Charlotte said, signed up. Leah said, awesome, Charlotte. Leah said, just bought. Can't wait to dig in. Phil said, just completed my purchase. Awesome, cool. Bree said, what a great offer, already purchased. Thanks, Todd and Ryan. And, let me say this, right, too, that, number one, I hate, Ryan said it, and it's so funny and it's so true. Number one, it drives me crazy, right, when I see people that are like, here's an offer for an ebook, and when you order today, I'm going to give you $23,000 in bonuses or some ridiculous number. Look, the reality is that there are a real world value. I'm not embarrassed if that real world value is only 67 or 97. I'm going to say what the real world value is, because I think we need more, honesty and integrity online. And the reality is, I'd much rather I'd much rather have a lower value than a higher value, because I never want anybody to think that I'm puffing up the value of anything that we're putting together. So, like Ryan said, I do believe that the value is higher for many of the things here. The other thing, and this is right, just being totally transparent, is that I really wanted, I have a deep appreciation for Ryan, not just as a professional, not just as a peer and colleague, but just as an individual. And so for me, I wanted to do something special, and I wanted to go the distance for you guys and gals, because I wanted to do that for Ryan. And so I've never offered this bundle before. This is not available anywhere else, this bundle. Like I mentioned, the pullback curtain insider's peak, the only time that was ever available was when people spent $1,000 on a different training. And that is no longer available for purchase, and so this is no longer available. And so this over here, this dissection, like I said, was just done 2 weeks ago for folks that paid $2,500 to be an apprentice. And so I wanted to do this because of my deep appreciation for Ryan. And so, like Ryan said, this is a legitimate $2,500 offer that you are getting for $397. You can actually go to our website right now if you wanted. And you will find the six-figure funnel formula alone being sold for $497. Right, so and that's one of the things I didn't even want to. It got to the point where I didn't even want to talk about like the $100 discount. But right now, if you went to our site and you wanted to buy just the six-figure funnel formula without this guy, right, you'd pay $497 right now on our site. So it really is a no-brainer, or hopefully it is. And like I said, put it to the test. Let it prove to you that it works. See for yourself why this program gets the reviews that it does, and why it produces the results that it does. And if for any reason or no reason at all, in the next 30 days, you're not head over heels thrilled with everything, just shoot one email to my support team at support@marketingfunnelautomation.com, and they'll give you a 100% refund. No shenanigans, no nonsense, no, hey, you got to wait until next year to do any of that. And so, my gosh, the amount of questions is insane. You'll get an email. So Cardessa asks, how will we know if we're in the top 75 to act? I seriously need all the help I can get. I feel like my raft has come. Thanks, Todd and Ryan. As soon as the first 75 are, as soon as we hit the first 75, so that if that's in 2 hours from now, then an email will go out, and everybody that gets that email will know that they're in the first 75. And so stay tuned. You'll get an email probably within just a couple hours, if that, and so you'll get notified. Suzanne said, just purchased, anxious to dig in and get something going. Appreciate your attitude to helping us get going and make money so that we can later afford more services. Yeah, Suzanne, let me say something. It's funny, and I don't want to deviate and I want to get to a few more questions. But it's funny because we've been in planning mode for 2016. We're already gearing up, and we're in I think 2 weeks I've got a live day with our team, and I was thinking about what I love about what I do, without getting mushy, what I love about what I do is that, and what I'm all about is, I love the idea of helping people get autonomy, right? The money is great. Don't get me wrong. The money is cool, but personally, I'm not into crazy fast cars. I'm not into, I don't need to live like Jay-Z. That's just not my personal gig. To each his own, but that's not my gig. What I always wanted, and what I love helping other people with, is autonomy, meaning the ability to get up when you want, the ability to work from home and spend time with your kids and your spouse, your family, the ability to call your own shot, the ability to take lunch when you want, the ability to go out and get sushi with your wife on a Tuesday afternoon just because you can, right? There is something about that lifestyle. There's something about that opportunity that is just precious and worth its weight in gold. There is no amount of money that today you could offer me that would make me jump at at an opportunity if it would take away from that. And so for me, the biggest motivation for me is helping other people, right? I was at an event a few months ago. It came up to me. I almost cried at this event. No joke. I was a speaker at Russell Brunson's event, and a gentleman came up to me from Brazil, and he said to me at the event, he said, like, look, I just want you to know. He just came up to me, right? I waited, and then after I answered, everybody came up to me, and he said, I just want you to know, like, I was ready to quit. I was working a full-time job, right, still. I tried so many things. I begged and pleaded with my wife, he said, to let me make one more investment, just one more. And if it didn't work out, then that was it. I was done. And he said to me, I just want you to know that was 1 year ago. And today, I'm no longer working, and I have my own business. Right? And to me, that was just amazing, man. Like, that was amazing. That, to me, is what the entire why I do what I do. And so for me, that's why I want you. That's why I make these type of offers. That's why I do what I do. And so, oh, awesome. Alex said that was my case also. We took a picture together. You changed my life. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Reach out to me, Alex, on Facebook, because I'd love to hear the full story. All said, hey, I just bought but did not receive the login. You will. Just hang tight. You will. Okay, let me see. Dream. The ultimate cheat sheets are a dream for me. This area is worth the price for me. Helps my brain work. Yay, thanks. Suzanne, autonomy, exactly. Choked up by your understanding. Yeah. Let me see here. My gosh. Thank you. Ryan will send out an email, Amanda, so you'll definitely get an email. Let me see. I might miss the. So, Gail, if you go contact support, and I'll make sure that you don't miss it. Yeah. So Heather, there is a Facebook group that there's the Facebook group. You can see it over here. That with a massive amount of support. And look, I didn't even mention, like, you get access, you get immediate, instant access to everything, to the program, and you get ongoing access for the life of my company, right? Like, there is no, you get the group, you get to stay in the group. So once you're in the Six-Figure Funnel Formula support group, you're in that group. Once you get access to these things right away, and you'll have access to go back to them months and months, for as long as you need. You want to refer back to them in 6 months from now, you can do that. And the support address, I'm going to type it in here, it's support.marketingfunnelautomation.com. I just sent it to everybody. That's the support suite. So Bree asked, does the reverse add-on work well for a low-price continuity program? So there's actually a different offer in the transaction maximization sequence called the thank you page gift offer. That's designed for continuity. It's the best way I have found to use continuity as part of a funnel. It was first introduced to me when I was when I had just left as a partner at Strategic Profits, and it was Mary Ellen Tribby who was the individual who grew Early to Rise to like a $23 million company. She shared this process with me, and then I passed it along in the Six-Figure Funnel Formula. It's a phenomenal way to pack your continuity program. So Tom, right, so there is no limit. Once you're in, you're in. You can go back and reference the materials as often as you'd like. There's also some bonuses in there that I haven't even told you about that I'll save as a surprise. So Rick said, just wanted to say I met you, Todd, at Russell's Funnel Hacking Live event. That was the event, Rick, that I was talking about. And you're a real, genuine guy and definitely delivered a ton of value in your presentation there also. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. Yeah, so Charlotte, you absolutely, you can use you can use the six-figure funnel formula for B2B consulting services, but we're going to have to do a little tweaking for you with the transaction maximization sequence. But I can help you with that through the group. But yes, you can use, because we use it in our agency. So Scott asked, Todd, great webinar. 2 questions, please. 1, how does the traffic captivation page work for Facebook ads when we are limited to 20% text in the graphic? So the graphic on the for the ad, for the Facebook ad, has nothing to do with the formatting of the traffic captivation page. In other words, so it doesn't go against the 20% text rule. But what we are ultimately including, or what we're ultimately putting in the Facebook ad, not in the image per se, but in the ad, is the hook, right? So the hook that we're using on the traffic captivation page is what we're building the ad around. So you don't have to worry about that. And are there markets that this does not work for? I'm just moving from offline to online. I'm a woman's success coach, even though I'm a man. And ideal clients are professional women who are disappointed with their career, relationships, and personal life. Thank you very much. I haven't found. What was I going to say? I haven't found any markets where it hasn't worked yet. That's not to say that, look, we've got. I mean, we're in some, like, I think last I made the list, we're in some like 70 markets. Actually, let me see something. I want to bring something up. I just paused the screen for 1 second. I want to bring something up for you and see if I can do this. Let me see. I wanted to see if I could. Somewhere I have a list of. We started a list of, I don't know where. I was just going to say, somewhere I have a list of all of the markets that we're in. Hang on, let me just see something here. See if I could find this for you guys just so that you can see, because some of them amazed me. Like, I was blown away at, like, all the different weird markets that, let's see, there's. Yeah, this is, let me see. This was the list that I started to make. Let's see if we can do this. See if I can show you this. So weight loss, divorce guidance, nightclub lighting, real estate software, real estate agent training, personal achievement, specialized soap, female fitness, retirement planning, tax planning, media planning, Facebook ads training, essential oils, vitamin supplements, Google, like look at all these different spa services, relationship repair, garage, gardening, SaaS, different SaaS applications, email copywriting training, sexual intimacy enhancement, like information product training, massage therapy, marketing, mental toughness training, estate law, SEO services, web design. Like, yeah, so point is that we deal with so many markets, and I haven't found a market where the formula doesn't work. I've certainly found marketers that don't go the distance with it. And so, yes, Adrian, I do think that it will work with, and so, very cool. So let me see here. Yeah, so Phil, the answer is yes, because we work with, Phil's question is, does it work with online insurance sales? The answer is that unless you, like, look, the way to think about it is unless you are selling a commodity, like if you're selling a gallon of gasoline, that's, look, I don't know if I'm the right person to come to if you're selling a gallon of gasoline and there's nothing unique or different or, about what it is that you're offering or selling, right? If there's nothing unique about what it is that you're offering or selling, that's more of a business model issue. But I would say that if you're selling a commodity, then this isn't, this isn't the way to go. But if you're selling a commodity, there's other issues that we need to deal with, like I said, more business model issues. And so, but you know what, Ryan, I want to, let me see, I want to, I don't want to keep you, man. And so I'm gonna cruise through and continue answering as many questions as I possibly can within the next 20 minutes. And so I don't want you to have to hang out while I go through all these, man. But I just want you to know, dude, that I so appreciate the opportunity to share my craziness with your tribe, brother. And man, it was my honor to be able to be here today and teach, dude. And so, okay, so I don't know if Ryan heard that, but let me see. Yeah, so the case studies are also covered by, everything we do is covered by at least a 30-day guarantee. And so if there's anything that you ever don't extract 10 times the value from that you get from me, you just shoot one email over to support and they'll take care of you. No, you won't have to wait 24 hours to get the login details. Like, just hang tight. I know that our stuff is getting pounded right now, but the email, it should go out within 5 minutes max. So there's a little delay on it, just to deal with all the orders that we knew would be coming in, but it should come out in 5 minutes. If it's not out in 5 minutes, then I would check your spam folder, and if not, let me see here. Wow, my gosh. So I think I answered that. You'll get access. They'll invite you to the group, Lindy, and so you'll be able to go over to the group. Yeah, Ryan's next level group is the best. He actually is. He's got the best group, in my opinion, out on the net right now. I really believe that. Make sure people are aware that they need to click. Yeah, so Paul said make sure Paul's, you're going to get an email, and in the email you just click on the link, and then you'll be able to register for access to the training portal. The moment that you register, you've gotten access to the portal. So in that welcome email, there's a link you click on, and then go register. Thank you for that, Paul. And so, you can hop over to support, and they'll hook you up. You're very welcome, Ryan. So Ryan asked a question. He said, do you go in depth about the best way to build a list? So I'm going to say this, right, that the best way to build a list is with a funnel that allows you to turn $1 into $1 or more of sales. That is the best way to build a list. In other words, because this is the way I want you to think about it. And I want everybody on here to ponder this later on, when you have a funnel in place like I shared with you here, and let's say that worst case scenario, let's say that for every $1 you put into paid traffic, you only make $1 back from your funnel, right? So you're generating leads, you're generating new customers. For every $1 you put in, you're only getting a dollar back. Well, the reality is that you're acquiring customers and acquiring leads and building a list for free. There's no cost associated with that. If every time you put out $100 for traffic and you get back leads and you get back customers equal to $100, your bank account is no lower than it was the day before, except now you've got customers that you're going to put into your back end, right, which I talk about in the last module in the six-figure funnel formula, and you have leads that you can now continue to market to, continue to market your own products to, continue to market affiliate offers or JV offers that you believe are in their best interest and that are valuable and good quality, right, and you're building that list and acquiring those leads and acquiring those customers for free, right? If you put in a $5,000 over the course of a month or 2 months or something like that, and you make back $5,000 in the form of new customers and leads, my gosh, you just acquired a whole bunch of leads, a whole bunch of customers for free. You have the same $5,000 you had before, right? You're no better off at this. However, right, you now have acquired a whole bunch of assets in the form of customers, right, and you've got leads that you can monetize with additional offers, additional products, additional joint ventures and affiliates. The right way, without going into this, right, like right now, the right way to think about it is that even at just $1 out and $1 back, you're really functioning as an investor, and you are investing in and acquiring assets in the form of customers that are worth more and more money to you every month, right? And if you put out $1 today, if you were able to invest in a stock, if you were able to put out $1 today, and you were able to get that dollar back in 48 hours. Plus, now you owned a stock that was now you knew was going to appreciate in value, was going to be worth more money to you over the next coming weeks and months. Would you do it? You would do it all day long, every day. Why? Because you're acquiring assets that are worth more and more money to you, and you're acquiring those assets for free, right? For free. And so that's what that's the right way to think about building a list, that this is the way to build a list. You should never think about building a list for the sheer sake of building a list. We build a list, right? Like, think about this. In the world of commerce, in retail, in physical brick and mortar locations, you don't open up a business. You don't start a business and say, I'm going to try to build a list before I acquire customers. How do you build a list? You build a list while you are acquiring customers. From the first person that walks in the door, you are striving to acquire customers, right? And as you are acquiring customers, you're also acquiring leads, right? That you can market to, that you can send mailings to, that you can email, that you can communicate with on social media, right? And so you're building your list as you are building your customer base and building your business. So your front end funnel, like the six-figure funnel formula, is what builds the list for you. And so no, Ryan, you don't need a list to do that, to start with. And so Heather asked, aren't there issues with Facebook on driving traffic with a tricky hook and they don't know what they're clicking on, link bait? So this is not link bait, right? They know exactly what it is. Like I might say in the ad, right? Like, free video for people over the age of 54 that are behind in retirement. Share a brand new, unique investing method that blah, 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 blah. Right now, look, Facebook has terms of service of what you can say and what you can't say as it relates to money, to income claims, to fitness, to weight loss, and things like that. And those terms of service are constantly evolving. So you need to stay up on that. But we're in no way, shape, or form, or I'm in no way, shape, or form advocating, tricky link bait where it's like behind and saving for retirement, click here. That's not what we're doing. We're telling them what this is about, right? So that when we know that when we're generating the click, that it's congruent with what's being offered on the traffic captivation page. And we know that when somebody opts in, that they've identified themselves as the perfect candidate for our customer captivation offer. Sure. Cheryl said, if there are any updates to 6FF in the future, will we get access? Absolutely, right? So anytime anything gets added, like when we create a new cheat sheet for a new system in our business, right, in our agency, in our marketing, you guys will get the 6FF version of that put into your ultimate collection of marketing funnel cheat sheets. So, and when we add things, you'll get an email and there's a notice that is that's put inside the training portal. And so and here let me end with this. So Irma said, is there anyone who wants to go through this program together, an accountability person? Can you ask that question? So Irma, even if there's not in this group, and I think it would be great if there was in this group, if you post on the Facebook page, you're going to get people that will love to do that for you, like clients that have gone through the 6FF program and have been successful with it that would love to do that for you. We have an extremely engaged community of like-minded marketers, and the beauty is very similar to Ryan's world, right? They've all gone through the same training. So everybody in that group has gone through the six-figure funnel formula training program. And so all very cool. Let me see. Gail said, awesome, you rock. Heather said, I'm in. So let me see here. And any additional questions that you guys have, you can feel free to post on Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to. If you're in Ryan's group, I'll answer it there. If you're not in 6FF, if in 6FF, certainly in the 6FF group. But let me address one thing. Let me say one thing that that I think is really important. And Alejandro, welcome. Alejandro said, I'm in. I'm Irma. You're very welcome. And what is this? That please don't. Two things. One, please don't buy into this idea that that there are gurus that know something that you don't know, that there are gurus that are these geniuses, that are these wizards, that are these super smart, super sharp marketers. You know, it's kind of funny because I like to say, I tell Ryan that Ryan is truly one of the brilliant guys, right? There are only a tiny handful of people that I would say are really brilliant, right? Ryan is one of them. My buddy Rich Sheffrin is another one. Jay Abraham is another one. And there's not a whole lot. Most of the biggest marketers, certainly I can't speak for others, I can speak for myself, right? I don't bring anything to the table, any innate intelligence or any innate genius or any innate creativity or any degrees in business or marketing. I don't have any of that. The only thing that I have that many of you don't have right now, but that you can have, is time and experience in this business. Right? I've been in this business a long time, and so I've experienced it all. I've tried it all. I've experimented with it all, right? But you have the opportunity to do the same thing with the same amount of time and the same amount of commitment, right? And that's all it really takes. You'll have the same amount of experience, if not more. You'll have the same amount of time in this business, right, as I have right now. And so don't be fooled by this whole idea that there are these gurus and then there are you, and you'll never, you can never attain to that same level of success, because that's absolutely not true. The last thing is, right, don't get caught up in this whole idea of the 4-hour work week. I mean, look, I love autonomy. I love the idea of having the freedom to make choices, but you can very easily get enamored by the push-button solution that there is no push-button solution, at least not that I've ever found. I wish there was. I wish there was a way where I could sit back and put my feet up or be in a hammock and like, you know, just every day, right? But I look, it does. It takes hard work. It takes a willingness to work on your business, to work on the right things, to work on your marketing funnel, to follow what it is that I lay out for you. If you're willing to do that, right? If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to be committed to your success, if you're willing to go the extra mile, right? Then, yeah, your life can radically change. You know, it saddens me when I hear about marketers that say things like, yeah, sure, you can make money online, or yeah, sure, you're making that kind of money, or sure, you're living that kind of lifestyle, or sure, you're experiencing that kind of success. That's like, it saddens me when I see that, right? Because the reality is that it can, but it's not a push-button solution, right? It's not this, magic bullet. It's not a magic button. You've got to be willing to do the work. But I'll tell you that if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to be a student, if you're willing to learn this process and implement this process, I promise you, right? I promise you, your life can be radically different. Am I telling you you're going to be a millionaire overnight? Absolutely not. That's not what this program is designed to do. That's not what this program is about, right? This program is about helping you to set up and get to your first six-figure funnel. That's what it's designed to do, right? That's the very first step that we want to. And if you're willing to work at it, right, then I promise you, your life will be vastly different. And don't take my word for it. Put me to the test. Put this program to the test. Put this offer to the test, right? Get access to everything. That's why it's not drip fed. You get access to everything today. You don't have to wait for anything. You go through it, take up the 30 days, try it, implement it, put this process in place, see if it's easy, see if it works quickly, see if it's effective like it's been for all these other people, like I said it will, right? Like I said it is. And then if for any reason or no reason whatsoever, in the next 30 days, you're not head over heels thrilled, shoot one email into support and you'll get 100% of your money back, right? And so go take advantage of the offer at sixfigurefunnelformula.com/Ryan. Any questions, I'm just going to put it in again. You can shoot an email to support@marketingfunnelautomation.com, or you can go to support.marketingfunnelautomation.com. Our head of support, his name is Chris. If you could reference Chris, he's on hand with our team, with Josh, with Benaya. These guys are ready and able to help you with everything that you need. So let me see here real quick. So Heather asked this one last question. A big part of our current successful funnel includes driving people to a webinar registration. Right now, I'm looking for ways to optimize this process. Ad spend, ROI. Would this process help me with that, or is the plan specific to the steps and what is offered at each step? So, so the six-figure funnel formula is really a standalone funnel process, right? It's not meant to be, it's not really designed as like a plug-and-play piecemeal, right? So, it's not designed that way, but the reality is, Heather, that if you take the transaction maximization sequence and you pop it on the back of any funnel, you have an existing funnel, whether it's a survey funnel, whether it's a product launch funnel, whether it's a webinar funnel, whether it's an evergreen webinar, live webinar process, excuse me, whether it's a tripwire funnel. A tripwire funnel is the only one that it wouldn't be because of how low priced the main offer is. You are going to optimize your ROI and be able to increase your ad spend because you're going to maximize or significantly increase transaction value. Like, in other words, because the average front-end customer, the average sale is going to be worth more to you when you use this process, and it will increase your back end, which obviously your back end, without getting into this, your back end is what subsidizes your front end. It's not designed to do that. Like the six-figure funnel formula is not. It's designed to be a complete system that you can just boom, follow, drop in place, and watch what happens. But the truth is that you can use the transaction maximization sequence and put it in there. The other thing that I will say for Heather and for everybody else is that there's no one funnel that is the answer. Meaning, right? Like, we're excited about putting and leveraging Ryan's survey funnel process, right, in place. Right, we're getting ready to actually do that. That doesn't replace all of the six-figure funnels that we have in place, right? We have in the same companies, right? We've got we have high-end funnels where we start out selling a $497 program. Like, we have a funnel for the six-figure funnel formula. It starts at $497. Right? So it's not an either or, right? The either or mentality is what you've got to be careful with. And so the fact that you've got the webinar process, right? I would drop the transaction maximization sequence behind that to increase transaction value, increase ROI, so you can increase your ad spend. And then I would roll out an additional funnel using this model. And if, right, like you may get to the point where you have 3 or 4 or 5 different types of funnels that you're using on the front end of the same business to acquire customers, and they're all allowing you to acquire customers at break even or better. Phenomenal. Feed them all, pump them all, right? Your goal should not be to invest the least amount of money in traffic generation. Your goal is to invest the most amount of money. Your goal is to invest or to spend the most amount of money every single month that you can in driving traffic into your funnels that perform at break even or better. And so the more the merrier. And so, Joe, no, there is no payment plan for this offer. Joshua, we use a variety of different carts. We use Infusionsoft, we use Samcart, we use ClickFunnels with Stripe, and so we typically don't use custom in-house software. So we use Samcart, works great. We use ClickFunnels sometimes, and we use Infusionsoft. Carrie, you're very welcome. I'm glad that you loved it. And so there you go, everybody. That's all she wrote for today. I could stay here and answer. I love this stuff, but at some point I got a boogie. But you could go on Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to answer additional questions that you have anytime. Feel free to message me on Facebook when I'm on there. I'm not on there often, but when I set aside time to go on there and answer questions, I'd be more than happy to answer your questions about your funnel, about your marketing, about your business, and whatnot. And so, not sure if Ryan is back. No. And I don't blame him for not being back. But you guys have been awesome. I hope to see each and every one of you in the Six Figure Funnel Formula group And yeah, go take advantage of this offer. I'm not sure how long Ryan plans to keep this available for you. There is a deadline. I don't know what that deadline is. That's why I didn't put it in here. It's totally up to Ryan. I don't know if it's 48 hours or 72 hours. I don't know what. It's totally up to Ryan. Once the offer expires, it will not be available at this price. It will not be available with these bonuses. Like I said, if you're in the first 75, you'll receive an email as soon as we hit the 75, and you'll be given access to that extra dissection training. And yeah, I look forward to having each and every one of you as a client. See you on the inside. Go to sixfigurefunnelformula.com/Ryan right now. You're going to love this program. Trust me. Go over there, sixfigurefunnelformula.com/Ryan, and I'll see you guys and gals on the inside. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here today, and we'll talk soon. Take care, everybody.